Hello and welcome to News Review from BBC Learning English. I'm Tom. Joining me today is Catherine. Hi, Catherine.
Hi, Tom. Hello, everybody. Today we're looking at the Grammys, and in particular, we'll be talking about the singer Beyonce.
Don't forget, if you want to test yourself on the vocabulary you learned today, we have a quiz at bbclearningenglish.com. Now, let's hear more about this story from this BBC radio report.
And the singer Beyonce has collected her 28th Grammy Award overnight, beating the previous all-time female record set by the country music star Alison Krauss. Taylor Swift also made history at the ceremony in Los Angeles, becoming the first woman to win Album of the Year 3 times.
So the Grammys took place in Los Angeles on Sunday. It was the 63rd Grammy Awards, and though singer Beyonce has set a new record, she won her 28th award, which means she's won more Grammys than any other female artist ever.
Ever. Well done, Beyonce. Catherine, you've been looking at the world's media for 3 words and expressions we can use today. What are they?
We have decorated, took centre stage, and opted.
Decorated, took centre stage, and opted. Catherine, can we have your first headline, please?
We can. We are starting here in the UK with the Times. The headline, Grammys 2021, Beyonce becomes most decorated female artist.
Decorated, awarded. Now, Catherine, the verb to decorate, this is something that you'd normally do in a house, right?
Yes, that's right, Tom. I'm sure you make your house look absolutely amazing at Christmas, don't you?
Yeah, I decorate my Christmas tree. I could decorate my walls when I paint them as well.
Yeah, all wonderful blingy things. It looks all beautiful and colourful. You add all these things, it looks amazing. So the verb to decorate, D-E-C-O-R-A-T-E. If you add the D to the end of that, you get the adjective decorated. Your house is beautifully decorated. Now, Tom, one day you will receive an award for your fabulous work, I'm sure. Probably from the Queen. You will go to Buckingham Palace and the Queen will pin a medal to you.
So the Queen will decorate me, right? And I will become decorated when she gives me this medal.
She will literally decorate you by putting a piece of beautiful metal onto you. And that idea of giving somebody an award is, we use the word decorate to describe giving an award to somebody. So Beyonce has been decorated many times at the Grammys. Actually, 28 times she's been decorated.
So decorated is the adjective. What's this most decorated about?
Well, she's been decorated more times than anybody else, so we call her the most decorated. The person who wins the most awards is the most decorated person.
So it's just a superlative form, right?
Exactly.
Excellent. Okay, thank you, Catherine. Let's take a look at our summary. Okay, today we're talking about the Grammys, but we did look at another award ceremony in a recent episode, didn't we?
We did. We looked at the Golden Globes, and that's where they decorate actors. So to watch that programme, just click the link.
Click the link. Excellent. Okay, Catherine, can we have a look at headline number 2, please?
We can. We're going to Sky News now, and the headline, Grammys 2021, Black Lives Matter took centre stage as artists speak out on racial equality.
Took centre stage, received the most attention. Catherine, what can you tell us about this piece of vocabulary?
Well, it's a 3-word expression. The first word, took, T-O-O-K. Second word, centre, C-E-N-T-R-E. And this third word is stage, S-T-A-G-E. It's a verb phrase. Now, Tom, you like going to the theatre, don't you? And I know that you're quite fond of live music performances.
I mean, before lockdown, yeah, I used to love that kind of stuff.
And you'd go to, yes, and one day you'll be doing it again, I'm sure. And when you go to the theatre to watch these performances, There's a lot going on stage, isn't it? Where you see all the performers. Which part of the stage do you look at the most?
So the part of the stage where my attention goes is the middle of the stage, or center stage.
Exactly. Center stage is where most of the action happens in the theatre, and in particular in music concerts. The lead performer often stands in the middle of the stage, the center stage. When they walk onto the stage, they take center stage. So when you're receiving the most attention, you take center stage. But we've got the past form took here.
So take is the verb that kind of collocates with center stage, like take center stage, receives the most attention. What's the headline saying here?
Well, it's saying that Black Lives Matter received a lot of attention, a lot of focus at the Grammys. The artists actually used the Grammys as a platform to make sure that Black Lives Matter got a lot of attention.
Excellent. Okay, let's take a look at our summary slide. So we're talking about the Grammys, we're talking about Black Lives Matter. Last year we also had a news review episode on Black Lives Matter, right, Catherine?
We did. We looked at London protests, and if you want to see more about this story, just click the link.
Just click the link. Okay, Catherine, can we have your next headline, please?
We can. We're in the UK again with NME. The headline, Beyonce opted not to perform at Grammys 2021 despite leading nominations.
Opted, chose. Catherine, what can you tell us about opted?
Opted is the past tense of the verb to opt. We spell opted, O-P-T-E-D. And opted is related to the word option, and an option is a choice.
To opt, to choose, option is a choice. Why are we saying opt, not choose?
Well, the words are fairly synonymous. An option is the same as a choice, but the word opt as a verb is a little bit slightly more formal.
It's a bit more formal. It's got like we could say a higher register.
You can put it like that, yeah.
I know this verb opt mostly from the phrasal verbs. Can you tell us about the phrasal verbs that use opt?
Phrasal verbs with opt. Yes, you can opt in or you can opt out. And that means if you opt in, you choose to participate in something. You make a yes choice. And if you opt out, you choose not to do something.
Okay, so Neil asked me to do news review today and I said yes. So can I say I opted in to do news review?
If he gave you the choice, if there was another producer available, then yes, you opted in.
It was a choice. Can you give us an example of opt out?
Well, opt out is opting in and out are quite in the news at the moment because here in the UK, the coronavirus vaccination is optional. You can opt in to the vaccine programme, you'll have the vaccine, or you can opt out, which means you choose not to have the vaccine.
Excellent example. I love how you use the word optional as well. Okay, great. Thanks, Catherine. Let's take a look at our summary slide. Great. So, Catherine, can you please recap the vocabulary for today's episode?
Of course. We had decorated, which means awarded, took centre stage, received the most attention, and opted, which means chose.
And don't forget, you can test yourself on today's vocabulary with our quiz on bbclearningenglish.com. And of course, we are all over social media as well. That's it from us today. Thanks for joining us and see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.